Everybody, it's time to do an NHL algorithm update. Time to talk about some funniness. So, we're looking here at the results from Tuesday, October 4th in the NHL algorithm. And this is the first time I actually tried to predict preseason games. I did some work on this. I was sitting around with my son and I was like, let's see all the different players that what team they're on now. There were a bunch of different trades and I had a matrix of all the players in the past, and I decided to update it with who the players are now playing for. And I resorted them on their new correct team. And all of a sudden, you can open up and you can see who's playing at what position and everything. Like, who are like who has the best defenseman or something, the top ranked defenseman. You just click defenseman and you'll see in order the Colorado Avalanche have the highest ranked defenseman, followed by Calgary and Nashville, based on players that played last year. Really cool stuff. You can see who those people are. Cale Makar gets a 0.56 rating, which I guess is really high. So super, super interesting stuff. And what's funny about this, what is just, I mean, really, really, really funny is I went and I predicted the games for the day before they started, right as they were starting at 7. And I looked at everything and I was like, wow, I was like, all the projected scores are really high. Like, it's, eight goals, 8 goals, 7, 8 goals, 10 goals. And I'm like, unbelievable. And and I'm sitting there and we're like, I guess we'll just bet the over in every game. And I did that. And I bet the over on a round robin in every game. And I won over $1,000 because every single game went over. Hilarious. Hilarious. Including some super late pointless goals like Minnesota put the second goal up with under a minute left, I think, for no reason to hit the over. Uh, Arizona tied this thing up late to make this thing to make Vegas score again. So this thing went over 6.5. This one was never close. They hit 9 goals. This game, Carolina didn't play a lot of their normal guys, but I think what happened here is the projected scores were really using the goaltender a lot, and there were a lot of bad goalies playing tonight, testing people out, and it resulted in all overs. And I made more than 10. I think I made 11 or 12 to 1 on my wager to win over $1,000. It was pretty intense. So that's hilarious. I mean, it's so funny. So anyway, I felt like I'd publish the NHL. I'm going to go buy a copy of this and I'll update it for you up through the first week of the season and then teach you how to update it yourself because it's actually not that bad to update. It just involves updating the player stats and adding any new players. Like some people are retired. Like I guess Alex Viega is a free agent right now. Alex Galchenyuk's a free agent right now. There's a bunch of different people. You can see who all those people are. They're going to show up all these people. Subban, PK Subban's free agent. Gotta look that up. Is that right? Let's look that up. So we're on RotoWire, where you're going to get a lot of these stats. Did he retire? Oh wow! I guess PK Subban retired. I think that's what happened there. So a lot of interesting things. I haven't even gone through this list of all the people that aren't on here. What other big names are in here? Sakura. Brian Boyle may get placed again. You never know. Let's see if there's any other big names. Jay Beagle always liked. Used to be a cap. Keith Yandel is a good defenseman. Did he retire or is he just a free agent? Let's check that out. Keith Yandel. No, if they're not showing up, that usually means they retired. Yep, that's usually what that means is they come out of the database. So Kyle Turris, really? Leo Komarov, Matt Perot. I hope he didn't retire. He's one of my favorite players. Tyler Bozak? No way. For just maybe just a free agent. Yeah, it's free agent. All right, so interesting things here. So there's a lot going on. Chara, did he retire? No, I would have heard that, right? Oh, maybe he did. Maybe that was his last year. Sad. All right. Well, point is I did move everybody around, at least according to RotoWire's current projections here. And we can't really add in any stats, but we can just apply the correct team to people. So what I did is I'm predicting Wednesday here, which is right here. And there aren't any lines yet, but it does do what it does. And while the scores, I would say they're a little high, but just listen to it after today. I mean, they were a little high, but they all hit the over. So Washington, Darcy Kemper against Ville Husso goes from St. Louis to Detroit. Detroit's been playing really well in the preseason too. So there's some strength here, but says 4-2 Caps. Rangers in Boston, 4-2 Rangers with Shesterkin and net over Swayman. Calgary and Winnipeg, big win for Calgary, 6-2. Ottinger playing for Dallas against Georgiev in there for Colorado. Georgiev goes from the Rangers to Colorado, and that makes us a 4-4 game. Edmonton, Vancouver, 5-3. These scores do look high, but I mean, whatever. So it is doing something, and it's also bringing in most of the players that are playing. It is double counting, I think, some players potentially, but probably not too much. And you've got this to look through for fantasy and stuff. There's a lot of cool things going on in here. So anyway, I this is the second time during the preseason that I have hit 6 or 7 over unders. It was all unders a week ago, and that was like a $1,300 win. And then it was all overs today with the first use of the algorithm. I had not set up the algorithm at all before today. So this is the first time I'm actually using the algorithm at all. But it was all overs today, and it paid over 10-1. So what on earth? Funny stuff. Would you do that tomorrow? This is right around 6, so there's no clear thing here. This is right around 5.5, 6. Yeah, it's 5.5 exactly. So that's a tough one. Here it says Calgary wins this game. We'll see what these lines are. It doesn't look as there's not a stark spread. Like look at these goals. Like there wasn't a game. Like you can actually subtotal this by game number to see the actual totals of there wasn't a game below 7 point. This 7.4 had 9, 9, 7, 11, 6, 8, 6, 9, and 9. Predicts 9 goals in the Montreal Ottawa game. It basically gets there. Unbelievable. And then 8-7. I mean, they're just a little bit high. I don't know how I can bring that down. Is there a magnifier somewhere? I don't think we have a magnifier. How does this work? The point projections in hockey are rounding stuff from stats times R10. What's R10? Score amp factor. Okay, wait a minute. We could do something. -1 divided by 1. I don't know. It's getting too technical even for me to figure out exactly why, but I'm not gonna argue with it. I'm just gonna, I think we have too many players. Let's count this up. Let's see if that's happening. I think that's what's going on. So for example, under Florida, we can get a count of all the players actually. 28. That seems like a lot. As a matter of fact, let's add something to this pivot table real quick. It's endless. I can do this stuff endlessly. Just continuing to dig into things forever. If we go to the field list, we want a count of player name. And do it like that. Okay, so what that does is here's your count. And what that's going to do is tell us how many people we have right over here. This is our total count. So we're actually going to, I mean, we could leave it, we can color it. But what's interesting about this is we do this color coded where there's a lot is green and few is red. We apply that rule to all the cells that we want to apply it to. That's what you get here is you get these numbers. These numbers are high. This is too many players. And while some of these will be injured, player stats, we do have injury. So if we go into the players pivot, they are being removed from the scoring. Actually, the injured players are not being included in the scoring. I should point that out. So it's actually probably not. It's probably is working, and the scores are just a little high because they're just a little high. I'm not quite sure, but I know that there are too many players, like 52 players for that. That's NA though. That's error. This is really cool. Back out of all that we just did because we don't need to leave it there. But that's kind of what's going on player number wise. But this is looking actually okay. So I'm not gonna complain about this. Even though those scores were a little high, those goaltenders were extra bad. So that kind of made sense. Here you can see they're actually playing starters, or at least these are not confirmed goaltenders, they're expected goaltenders. So we don't know who they're actually going to play. But it looks like it's like we're getting geared up for the season because these are all starters now. I think Phil Hussein is going to be the starter for Detroit. He had good rating last year. And did good things for St. Louis. And when they knocked Binnington out in the playoffs, he tried. I thought he would bring them to actually beat Colorado. If any team was going to beat Colorado last year, it was going to be St. Louis. And they just, tough series. But anyway, so that's hockey. It's coming together. I mean, you want to copy by copy, you'll get this from me up through the first week of the season. So there'll be multiple, I'll send an email every day that there are games and update this and start going through the process of goalie stat update, the goalie lineups that go here, the player stat update, the matrix of all the players in the teams, which will get completely redone. All these oh-nos will get fixed at some point. And these actually are people that move teams, I think. I think that's what the oh-no means. For example, Evan Rodriguez. Evan Rodriguez is now on Colorado. We have Evan Rodriguez on Colorado. I'll show you. Evan Rodriguez, he is here. So he's already being recorded correctly, even though in the matrix where all the players' names are, it's still set to last year, but I overwrote it so that it's working properly based off this projection. But as soon as the games actually start, I'm going to redo this entire matrix clean for only guys that have played, and then we'll be adding in everybody else, and basically taking this copy essentially, and this will be our master. And then this should roll pretty smoothly. You always have to add some players whenever anybody gets added, and they'll show up as errors over here, and we'll fix all that, and we'll show how to do all that. But it's just really an injury report, player report, the goalie report, the odds, which go here, and then the starting goalie thing, which gets pasted here, and then the standings, which come in from here. So come in from Hockey Reference. So there's also this that needs to get copied in. But that's it. It's not that bad. It's about 4 or 5 sheets you can see there. And it's pretty clean. And then you just copy the stuff over from here and you paste it in the cube down, like stuff like that, and you paste it. And then you get your new games and you put your new day, and then you refresh your results pivot and you have everything. I know it went really fast, but it's not that bad. And I'm sure I'll continue to make it better because I am a hockey fan, and this one I'll follow. There's nothing more fun than watching hockey. I mean, this is so much more validating than watching baseball for 19 hours straight or something. Like, that's just impossible. But hockey games are timed, they're fun, they're energetic, the goals are fun. I mean, I basically what happened tonight or Tuesday night was all the games that hit the over except for this Arizona Vegas game, which was 3-2 Vegas with under 5 minutes left. And Arizona got a power play. Arizona scored, and I watched it, and I was like, yes. I was like, that's $1,000. That's awesome. So hockey is fun to watch, I have to say. All right. So good luck, everybody. Tomorrow, the number one pick of the day is Calgary over Winnipeg, followed closely by Edmonton over Vancouver. And the rest of the ones a little low score. And this one's supposed to be a regulation tie between Dallas and Colorado. Let's see. All right, good luck, everyone. Yeah, your picks.